Yo, 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 what's up, man? Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a narration of my trip to Thailand. Now, right now, I'm flying on Southwest Airlines, and I flew from Midway International Airport in Chicago to Los Angeles at LAX. And for all the people who never flew on a plane before, it's like driving in a car with no wheels and no ground under you. It's like being in a roller coaster with nothing behind you, just flying in the air, lifting up. I'm talking about an exhilarating experience. And from here, we can see the Colorado Rocky Mountains, which are snow capped. So, I mean, they look absolutely beautiful. When I took the bus from Chicago to Los Angeles, no, not Los Angeles, but Las Vegas in 2009, I was able to see the Colorado Rockies from the ground up. And the air does it no justice. I mean, the landscape rose into the sky like it was like majestic, and you could see the snow on the top, and you could see lights all on the mountains. You could see cities on the mountains. It was just definitely an interesting experience. So yeah, Colorado Rockies, you need to see them definitely. And in this video clip, I actually recorded the what they call that, the Grand Canyon, the eastern portion of the Grand Canyon. Though I wasn't able to record the whole thing because the memory on my tablet ran out, but it's all gravy. But yeah, the Grand Canyon is absolutely beautiful. And in this next clip, you're gonna see me in LAX. I was taking the shuttle bus from Terminal 1, where Southwest Airlines drop you off at, to the Tom Bradley Terminal. That's the international terminal where all flights around the world fly in and out of there. So I think you got to take the A bus from Terminal 1 to the international terminal, from what I remember. And coincidentally, LAX looks just like Grand Theft Auto 5, to me. It was just weird just to constantly see this city and this airport on TV and in video games, and to actually see it in person. So that was an experience within itself. And to get to Thailand, I actually flew from LAX to Bangkok through Doha, Qatar on Qatar Airways. And Qatar Airways was a pretty cool experience or whatever. But that airport, going through that airport was all good. We departed the 777 that you can see right here in the background, and we went through security, and security was pretty simple, quick, straight to the point. You go through the metal detector, and I think they wand you, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less, unlike LAX. But I'll get into that a little bit later. And when it comes to your second leg of the trip, you basically got to go to like a big screen, look up at the screen and see which gate your flight is flying out of. So you're gonna look at your ticket, see what it says, match it to what's on the screen, then you go to that gate. Now in this clip, the reason I recorded it is because I thought an alien craft was flying next to the plane, because there was a light outside just kept on shining in. So I started hallucinating. I'm like, whoa, is the aliens following us? But nah, it was just the tip of the wing. Each tip of of each wing on a airplane lights up in the sky. Of course, like duh. But me, I'm superstitious. So anyway, in this clip, I eventually ended up in Thailand. And I was absolutely surprised that this juice drink only cost me 30 cent, 30 cent in US money. And there was little gummies inside the juice that when you drink it, you could kind of chew on them. So it was very interesting indeed, man. And this toothpaste, this Colgate toothpaste, here in America, it might cost you $1.29. Out in Thailand, it only cost me like 40 or 30 cent. Extremely cheap. So that was my first taste of getting cheap prices in Thailand. I was turned out. You feel me? So yeah, Thailand is definitely a cheap place where you can get cheap apartments, cheap food, cheap everything, which I would get into a little bit later. Now, the hotel I stayed in was like a little broke down East Indian joint where they charged me $20 a night. That wasn't worth it because the air conditioning was molded, and the bathroom didn't look worth for nothing. I mean, everything was just bummy. And I'm gonna put the neighborhood in the box, but there was a lot of Nigerians over there, and you see people of color over there. Now, this tuk-tuk driver, man, he a snake. This pink tuk-tuk driver on Kosan Road near the Greenhouse Hostel, man. Don't trust him. He'll say, hey man, I can take you to this place and that place for only 60 baht, which he will take you to the Buddha statue and all of these important landmarks in Bangkok. But you tell him to take me to the train station. Look at my big self. I'm big. I'm very big in this video clip. I eventually bought one of those umbrellas too, but you're gonna see at the end of this video that I lost a lot of weight, and that's what's gonna happen in Thailand, which I will get into later. But yeah, man, this pink tuk-tuk driver, man, I told him to drop me off at the train station. He gonna turn and drop me off at a travel agency where this lady was telling me, hey, do you want to trek the jungles for $140? I'm like, man, get out of my face, man. I want to go to the train station so I can get up to Chiang Ma. You feel me? So you gotta worry about that with these tuk-tuk drivers. They taking you to these weird places that you don't even ask them to. So that's one thing about it, man. But this tuk-tuk driver right here in the green tuk-tuk, he took me to the train station. It was all good, and I chose him. The dude in the pink tuk-tuk, he chose me. So always keep that in mind when in Thailand, man, for real. And the tuk-tuk drivers are taking one of those way cheaper than taking a cab. You know, the cheapest is taking public transportation, as long as you know how to do it. Get on a bus, and there's gonna be a guy who asks you for some money. You give him the money, and then you pull the little string if you want to get off. But one thing I want to talk about too in Thailand is that, from what I understand, there's no emissions testing of the vehicles or something like that, and that's why you see people walk around with like white masks over their face with t-shirts covering their face so they don't breathe in the toxic fumes emitting from these vehicles. You know, it makes them sick, man. And I think street food has been sitting outside all day has been exposed to some of these fumes, because I notice when I eat at certain restaurants, I feel a certain type of sickness that I believe come from the fumes. Even when I came back here, my grandmother was like, man, all my clothes smell like gas. So she had to wash them a few times in order to get that gas smell out. So keep that in mind if you have sensitive smell and a sensitive nose or whatever. But yeah, other than that, man, it was all good. Another thing about the traffic in Thailand. Now, when you cross the street in America, of course, you're looking left and then you look right. In Thailand, you need to look right first and then look left, because cars are coming the opposite way than what you're used to. And you can get hit by a car, a motorcycle, or a bus real easy out there for sure. There's no doubt about that. So you gotta always be on the lookout for traffic, because you can really get hurt out there. If you do your research, man, a lot of Americans get hurt and even die from traffic accidents in Thailand. It ain't the robberies, it ain't the cops or nothing like that. It's the traffic. So be very aware. And crossing at a stoplight, if you're lucky enough to have a stoplight on the corner, they real crazy too. So just hurry up and get it across the street, for real. But yeah, man, the traffic there is insane. It's freaking crazy, man. But like I was saying earlier, it's best to take public transportation. When I took the cab from the Bangkok International Airport to the city center, man, this dude charged me like almost $30 from what I remember, man. It was too much money. But I could have took the metro for 60 baht if I knew about that at the time, and it would take you straight to the city center. You know what I'm saying? So it's very imperative that you do your research and know where you're going in Bangkok before you go and how to get there so you can save money. Because if you don't do that research, then you're going to end up paying an arm and a leg that you don't want to pay. Now, right here in this video clip, I was at the train station. And when you first enter the train station, you're going to look to the left, and there's going to be an area for foreign tourists to buy train tickets. And they're most likely going to put you on a second class sleeper train, which is like the high class train. I think they have a third class train, I'm not sure. And I thought I was going to get on one of these because my ticket said gate 9. So the moment I saw gate 9, I went over to gate 9. But come to find out, it was gate 12 or something like that. So you need to ask one of the train staff which gate to go to. Now right here, I was sweating like a piglet, literally. I mean, it was crazy because it felt like I was sitting in a sauna. I wouldn't stop sweating the whole time. I was just sweating, and sweating. So if you want to purify your soul and you want to purify your body and whatever, Thailand is definitely the place to do it. That along with extremely healthy food, oh, you're gonna reach your spiritual self real quick, and the people are friendly, so it ain't that stressful dealing with the streets as you would visiting a place like New York or Chicago. So it was pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool. And the second class sleeper train, I mean, it was high class, beyond belief, man. In a few clips later, you're gonna see it, man. But yeah, it was a big grade train, and you could see tourists. They was getting on different parts of the train, and when it pulls up, it's funny because you see people walking on the tracks and the tracks look kind of old or whatever. So I don't know what kind of government oversight they have for that. But that tourist train is like big, it's boisterous, it looks powerful. You could tell that a lot of money was spent on it. So it was definitely an experience. And like I said earlier, when you go into that place for the tourists, they're not gonna give you a ticket for one of these trains right here. They're gonna give you a ticket for the high class trains. And these trains go all over the country to different places. The Each train has a sign where it goes. It's gonna say Chiang Ma, or it's gonna say Udon Thani or wherever. So yeah, man, that's one interesting thing about Thailand. People there was real friendly though. People there was real friendly. I didn't really have any problems. So this is the train clip right here. Um, you could see that it's mainly empty. When the train departed, it was empty like this, and I thought I was going to be sitting in the seat, but the train staff come around and they lower the seat and they connect the seats and turn it into a bed, and they give you sheets, pillows, blankets. They also give you a free bottle of water, and it's basically a night train. From what I remember, we left around 3 o'clock in the afternoon and arrived to Chiang Mai around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. It took 12 hours, so maybe I'm mistaken about the hours. But yeah, man, the train was real cool. The air conditioner was blasting, so I felt so comfortable from leaving an outside sauna to an inside comfortable hotel like energy. You see the curtains right there for your privacy. Everybody else have their curtains on the other side. And each stop that we made, it was more people getting on the train, more people getting on the train. So eventually the train was almost full. When it was pulling up to Chiang Mai, the train was almost empty. So you have people getting on in between and getting off in between Bangkok and Chiang Mai. So right here, as you can see in this clip, everybody got their own little private section, and eventually I got up and I went over there to the door, and on the door it has a touch screen. You can touch the button and it automatically slides itself. And when you go up in that bathroom, the bathrooms are extremely small. So if you are a big American, you're definitely gonna have some problems dealing with that bathroom. There go right there, the door, and that's the washroom. Real easy. On that train, they have a dining car as well, from what I understand. But I didn't want to walk through all those cars. That train was extremely, extremely long. I didn't want to walk through all those cars, and I wasn't really hungry neither. But yeah, but you see a lot of Americans getting on that train, though. You see a lot of Americans, and I think it leaves once a day, from what I remember. And yeah, it was pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool. The train station, I saw like a Buddhist monk. I don't know if they like to be filmed or not, but I had a clip where I don't have the clip on here, but I had a clip where I had like a Buddhist monk, and I saw a lady taking a picture of a Buddhist monk inside the airport, like she was sneaking it. So I don't know what that was about. But yeah, man, it was interesting. So this is the country portion of Thailand, the jungles. This is not the area you're going to trek, but it's still a jungle area. You can see on the cable lines out there, no, the power lines, you could see spider webs, large spider webs, and you could tell that they belong to tarantulas. I mean, those spider webs was big, man, for real. and you just see them periodically while the train is riding past. You can see them on the power line. So, yeah, man. And in this clip, you will see people living in shacks in the middle of the jungle. See smoke coming out of their shack, and they're just living there. And the first thing that popped into my mind was, if you was like a girl who grew up in a shack like that in the middle of nowhere, I mean, what incentive don't you have to go to, the Bangkok red light district and try to get money out of foreigners? I mean, if a person is living that poor, I mean, why not? So I don't know why. That was the first thing that popped into my perverted mind. So anyway, in this city in Kutan, um, I saw some street dogs, about 9 of them, and they was just out there chilling, just doing their thing. I didn't see any humans around. But one thing about Thailand is that you will see street dogs all over the place, just walking, chilling. You mind your business, they mind theirs. Don't be nervous though. Now I know down in Lima, Peru, you see street dogs too. Those street dogs are dirty out there, and from what I understand, they attack people sometimes. And I know in Mexico City they do the same thing, but in Thailand I'm not too sure. Now in this clip, I was at the train station coffee place in the train station, Coffee de Train, and I mean that dish looked absolutely beautiful, as you can see. Little pad thai dish, and they have some type of chili sweet and sour sauce next to it, man. That stuff is absolutely delicious. I haven't ran into anything like that in America since, man. And speaking of that train, and these are some of the pictures of delicious food I had: the vegetable fried rice, the pad thai. Most of the dishes, you have a lime you can sprinkle on it to really bring out the natural taste of it. I mean, very good stuff. You find these street stalls all over the place, and they only cost about 60 baht, man. 60 baht on the high end side. On the low end side, about 30 baht. You feel me? Delicious stuff, man. And at the train station, it's funny, right? Because 30 minutes after the train arrived, all of a sudden, there's an intercom message that comes on, and everybody stands. Silent. Everybody stop what they're doing, stand, and they kind of recite something, and I was the only person moving, disrespecting their culture and whatnot. So, they have a little ritual out there. I wish I had recorded it. But yeah, so be ready for that if you decide to stay at that train station, So, in this clip, this is the hotel I stayed at the Varada Place. Very good people that run that hotel. Only $13 a night, man. Once you see this room, you're gonna realize $13 a night is an extremely good deal, man. Man, in America, to get a hotel room like this, and the front of it, you can see everything. They got American restaurants across the street. You can see like the hill in the background. Sometimes you can see Air Asia 777 planes taking off, rising into the sky, because the airport is somewhere around there. And this room, I mean, quality room, nice bed, clean sheets, television, desk, a place where you can hang up your clothes. You got the toilet, clean bathroom. There's also some type of spray thing that's next to the toilet, and that spray thing I think is for Europeans. Any Europeans who like to clean themselves after taking a number two. It's part of their culture. Whereas in America, we use a dry piece of paper. So they got something for the Europeans out there. You got a refrigerator. You got the microwave. You get 2 bottles of ice cold water, and believe me, that water is like refreshing, purified water too, delicious. And when you finish your bottle, you simply put it outside of your door, and the maid will come by and refill it. That's if you're staying more than one day in that hotel, man. Also, I was able to stay in a dorm room in this hotel. And the dorm room wasn't that bad. You're sharing it with maximum 3 other people in a bunk bed style. Each bunk bed has like a curtain where you can use it to get your privacy. And clean bathroom, clean everything, man. Definitely worth it. And the dorm room is about dollars a night from what I remember. Might be a little bit cheaper than that, like five or something. But yeah, but like I said, the showers too, you get like a container of soap. That in this clip, that's the spray thing I was telling you about earlier. But you get a container of soap and you get a container of shampoo, and you can also change the temperature of the shower head as well. So you don't have to take cold showers unlike in other places around the world, like in Belize or Guatemala. You gotta take cold showers, but now not in Thailand. You can change the heat and everything is just, I mean, spick and span clean. I would like to stay there again. But right across the street from the Varada Hotel is actually the Siri apartment buildings. Now the Siri offer $40 to $80 a month rooms. That's right, you heard me. $40 to $80 a month rooms. Majority of them are $80 though. But you need to pay a deposit, which might be like that $80, and then you gotta pay like a month in advance. And I think you get the deposit back when you leave. But the majority of apartments in Thailand require you, I mean in Chiang Ma, require you to pay a month in advance. From what I remember, and like I said earlier, the majority of the rooms are $80 a month, $70 a month, which is why over 200,000 Americans where expats live in Chiang Mai. I mean, the prices are dirt cheap compared to Bangkok, for real. So yeah, man, I definitely like this room. This room was off the chain, and the Varada Place, it's in the middle of everything. You have street food stand right down the street. You turn the corner, you have genuine Thai food where they sell all types of soups. They're always busy, very delicious place. You can always ask the person downstairs about it. Down the street is a mall and 7-Eleven, and you need to you need a Visa card to shop at 7-Eleven just in case you don't have money for the ATM. At the ATM, you're at least gonna get charged 250 baht, which is like $5 to $7 just to take out money from the ATM on top of the fee that your debit card or credit card charge you. So if you want to just buy basic stuff from 7-Eleven and you want to use your debit card or credit card, it needs to be Visa because they only accept Visa, an old MasterCard for real. And when it comes to getting money from Western Union at the mall, you basically need your name to match the name that's on your passport. So whoever's sending you the money, tell them to put your name the exact way, including your middle name if you have it on your passport, because the Bank of Bangkok will turn you around and be like, hey, we can't accept it. You got to go downstairs and wait till 12 o'clock for the other place to open and get your money or whatever. But in this clip, I was walking at 3 o'clock in the morning to the ATM. I passed up 7-Eleven because, of course, they're open 24/7. So that's a place to get you some water or some food or whatever. As far as safety, of course, I felt safe walking around there. You see the liliest of the whitest white people walking around in Chiang Mai at 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and they don't look like they're afraid at all. It's not dangerous out there. Well, at least the area that I was in, it wasn't dangerous to walk around at night at all. What's funny is that when I near the mall, there was a guy like driving one of those red pickup buses or whatever. He saw me approaching and he kind of got out of his bus, but he didn't get out of it like, oh, I'm afraid of you, what are you on? He got out of it like, okay, you're a tourist, do you need a ride? Maybe he was thinking like, oh, I'm scared, what are you on? But he didn't emit that vibe and that energy. And nobody really emitted that vibe and energy in Thailand for the most part. So yeah, it was pretty cool out there. Even when I went up in the mall, the police you run into, the security guards you run into, they cool. They ain't really looking at you with no judgmental looks, unlike security guards here who treat you like you're Pablo Escobar when you go up in the mall or whatever. But yeah, you don't have to really worry about anything like that in Thailand. So yeah, so walking around at night was pretty safe, pretty cool, and I didn't really feel like I was in danger at all. I know that's one of the key things when traveling to another country. So, you know, it was all gravy. In this video clip, I was just walking to one of the food stands, the mini food stands that open up around 6 in the morning, I think. Either 6 or 8, the food stands open, and you can go there and basically get you a nice meal for like 20 baht, 30 baht, or something like that, which is like pennies on a dollar or whatever. And this green stuff in that bag, that stuff was so freaking good, man. I don't know what it was. If you know what it was, please post the link in the box, because that stuff was, I mean, man, it was so delicious. And the food out there is real healthy, man. For real. I mean, you can see, even in this clip, you can see me slimming down a little bit, man. The food is extremely healthy out there. And I noticed my body was healing. I don't know if it's something in the water I was drinking. Don't drink water out the faucet, bottled water only, of course. But I don't know if it's the food, it's something out there, or if it's me sweating out all the impurities from my body every time I walk down the street. But my body felt like it was healing. It was really, really weird. Any little pains I had, it was healing. So I can see why people go to Thailand. But yeah, I was walking down these streets. I was actually looking for an apartment at the time. And what's funny is that when I got to the end of this street, I turned around. And the moment I turned around, I could see a cop on his motorbike turning around too. So he turned around going in the same direction as I was. So it seemed like he was facing the same direction I was in. Then when I turned around, he turned around as well and started going forward. I don't know if he was following me, or maybe it was just a coincidence. He just was turning around. But like I said earlier, as far as the cops, I didn't really run into no cops who was on that BS. They saw me in the cab. They locked eyes with me in the cab, and it wasn't like America where the moment you lock eyes with a cop, they looking at you all crazy, like they want to shoot you and whatnot. It ain't like that in Thailand, for real. Now, one thing about Thailand too, in this clip, if you can see it, there's a weird looking bug on the window screen. And in Thailand, you will see some of the weirdest insects you have ever saw in your life. When I went out to that balcony to the right, I saw a beetle, a red beetle with black polka dots on it. I'm like, what is that? Outside of the hotel, there's be a cockroach, not a small roach, a cockroach, okay? Big cockroach, just chilling, just running around doing his thing. And that next morning when I went out there, I could see the cockroach chilling in the crevice of the street, near the sewer. It is crazy. Oh, in this clip right here, if you want to find some cheap rooms per night, per month, walk on the side streets in Chiang Mai. Walking on the side streets in Chiang Mai are not really dangerous. If you walk on the side streets in Chiang Mai, you are going to find some of the cheapest rooms available. I seen a room for $5 a night, man. $5 a night, man. I mean, it was crazy. I'm like, and the rooms didn't even look all that bad. I mean, I didn't get a chance to go inside them, but from the outside, it didn't even look all that bad. So if you really want to find some cheap prices, you need to go there and walk on the side streets, man. That's important. Walk on those side streets, explore the city a little bit, and see the cheap prices. And some of these places don't advertise on the internet. The most expensive places advertise on the internet. But yeah, there's some really cheap places in Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai was cool, man, for real. And right here, I was on a bus. I kind of like the way the streets look. We was exiting Chiang Mai, getting ready to go back to Bangkok. When I walked into the bus station to get my ticket there, I wanted to take the green bus, but the lady behind the counter, and there was a lot of people waiting right there too. The lady behind the counter told me that there was no buses going to Bangkok that day. I think she said they left already. Me personally, I think she was lying, but maybe she was keeping it real. However, when you walk into the bus station, you will see people behind the counters with signs showing time. Sometimes it may say 10:30, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock. and they'll be shouting out which city the bus is going to. So it would say 10:30, and the lady would be like, Bangkok, Bangkok, and be shaking the 10:30 saying Bangkok. And you're like, okay, well, let me get a ticket. You get a ticket. And the buses are okay. It ain't really luxury. It's all right. Make sure you bring something warm with you because they will blast that air conditioning real high. If you don't have to have a hoodie or something, you're gonna freeze to death on that bus. And I thought this was kind of interesting. The mushroom dude, I used to play with him all the time on Diddy Kong Racing. So to see a statue of that character in front of a random building in Thailand, I had to take a video of that. So yeah, man. But Thailand is definitely a beautiful place, man. It's definitely a beautiful place. I'm definitely going back in the future. There's no doubt about that. In this video clip, I was at one of the stands. And I noticed every time I would go into a food stand, there would be nobody in there eating. But then the moment I go in there, then you see people going in there. So I don't know what that was about. Maybe it was a coincidence that, maybe nobody was in there and then people come later. But I noticed that would happen every time. I guess they do. Hey, the foreigner here, it must be good. But yeah, so this is the Bangkok airport. I can't pronounce the name of it. It starts with an S. And as you can see, I slimmed down a lot. My face look a lot slimmer, the whole nine. And Thailand will do that to you. You want to lose weight, go out there because you will lose weight. If you got a little eating addiction or whatever, shoot, man. You could have an eating addiction out there as long as you're not eating like the American food, like the hamburgers, the pizzas, and the French fries. But if you eating their food, their native food, oh, you're gonna lose weight for sure, man. I mean, food is extremely healthy out there, man. You can eat a lot of it too. It's all gravy. Just be careful with the street food though, because it may make you sick because your body is not really used to that bacteria, the foreign bacteria. So after a while, it may make you kind of, sick, But other than that, get you some fruits and some vegetables, purified water, you all good. But yeah, that's Thailand, man. And entering this airport, it was all good. Just simply go through security, put your bag. It ain't like Lima, Peru, where they want to check you 10 times and discriminate against you. Thailand ain't like that. It ain't like LAX where they want to molest you. They want to put their hands all on your private part simply because the machine said there's an anomaly down there and whatever. Bangkok ain't like that. The airport there ain't like that. You just go through security real quick, bam. They looking through the X-ray at your bag, and it's all gravy. Okay, so yeah, man, Thailand is definitely cool. I'm definitely going back, man. I'm gonna have my A game on when I go back for real. So that's the end of the Thailand movie. Hopefully you enjoyed it, man. I try to keep it interesting. I try to keep it simple. Give you my perspective on things, what I experienced, stuff like that. It's funny because I'm, looking at myself in the mirror right now while I'm doing this. But yeah, in this video clip, I was in Dubai. I had took Emirates. And Emirates, you gotta check in your laptop and your tablet, and then when you get to your final destination, you gotta get the box and get your stuff. Emirates, because of the laws out there, flying from Dubai flying from the United Arab Emirates to the United States is real iffy, But other than that, it's all gravy. So that was the movie. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace.